Hey, um, so this is my latest Raspberry Pi project I'm working on. This is a 750 gig hard drive, but I'm replacing it with a 3 terabyte hard drive. This is a Raspberry Pi Zero, Raspberry Pi Zero W's, Raspberry Pi Model 3B. The Raspberry Pi Model 3B is going to be a Nass with the hard drive. Is going to be a Nass with the hard drive. And yeah, so, and then this one of these is going to be Ubuntu, and then the other one's going to be Raspberry Pi OS, home edition. Desktop edition. Um, yeah, desktop edition. So it doesn't matter which one of them. And then they're going to be viewed by TeamViewer to get into access those two. They're not going to have video outputs. The NAS is going to be for all the computers that I have, my Mac, my Windows 11, my Ubuntu, and Raspberry Pi OS. Yeah, it's going to be all for that. And I might add SSDs to these, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. But I might just put 128 gig hard drive SD card inside both of these and run them off that, and then just put all the files on the NAS. Then I'm gonna have right here a charger port. A port for plugging it in. It's gonna be 12 volts because I've got some 12 volt fans, 12 volt fans. So the power adapter is going to be 12 volts. It's going to go to a controller board on the board on here. It's going to go to a controller board for the fans that is 12 volts, and then I'm going to have another controller board for that takes 12 volts and turns into 5 volts, for I can run the three Raspberry Pis off that 12 volt adapter that plugs into the wall. So that's this. This part, and then this here is a VGA port. That is for programming the NAS. Say if I have issues or anything with it, I'm just gonna go right into it. Instead of SSHing into it, I'm just gonna use it, go right into it with the VGA port. I'm gonna double side tape that down. I've just temporary tape this down with this tape for now, just to see for test fit and everything. That's this. And now I'll show you the parts that I need to get. Hey, so these are all the parts I need. The hard drive adapter with the Type-C cable, with the Type-C adapter, but I don't need the Type-C adapter for the Raspberry Pi project, but that will be put away because my iPad is Type-C, or anything else I need Type-C that I need a USB port for, I can use. Wi-Fi dongle for the Raspberry Pi Zeros. A cable for the controller board for the power to run the Raspberry Pis. Adapter for the micro USB port on the Raspberry Pi Zero for the USB hat. I am gonna get another cable that looks like that other cable with the 3 USB ports that has 2 USB ports. I just have to find one. Eventually, I just couldn't find one that had 2 that I liked. That was a 2 USB port hub cable. I couldn't find 2, so I'm gonna find 2 of them, and get that before I can plug it into the micro USB adapter, for I can put the Wi-Fi card, and then the one below the the micro USB adapter is a USB hub that can plug into 2 computers, and it works for Linux. So it can plug into 2 computers. I'm gonna put USB ports beside the VGA port, and the button I'm gonna redirect, if I can, to the top of the box. This part is mini HDMI to normal HDMI, for I can program the Raspberry Pis zeros. This is the part below it is the 12-volt adapter, like wall plug with a. See, I'll show you. It has the plug to put into the box, and then you can put your wires from it. And this is 12 volts, so this will run the fan controller board and the controller board. This is the 5-volt adapter module board for putting 12 volts into. See, you can go from 9 volts to 36 volts. I'm just going to put 12 volts and 5 volts out in the USB port. So that's what I'm going to do. And the fan controller board, 12 volts goes in, and the plugs for the fans. I can get more fans and put them in there, but I only have a 2-port and a 3-port fan, so I'm just going to use those 2 fans. I don't have 4-port fans, so I only have 3-port and 2-port, 2 wires. I don't have a port on that. I'm just gonna solder the wires right to that 2 fan board, to the fan board, for one of the 2-wire cable 1 fan. The 3-port fan, I've got the adapter that plugs into that, but I don't have the 2-port fan connector, so I'm gonna have to solder to that. But oh well, that's okay. So I'll get back to the video. Hold on a sec. Hey, so I'm back with the video. So I have TeamViewer on my iPad, and while I'm gonna TeamView always into my desktop, my Windows 11 desktop, my sleeper computer that I'm building, I'll be showing that in a future video. When I finally get it all set up and programmed, I'm also gonna put it into a different case eventually, before I can add a water cooler. Right now in the case that it's in, it cannot add a water cooler, because the case can't handle a radiator, because the radiators don't fit. We even tried the smallest radiator we can get, and it won't fit with my video card and the power supply. It won't fit in between those, because the case is too small. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get a bigger case. I already have a bigger case in mind that my friend has, but it's at another friend's house. It's not actually at his house, it's at another friend's house. So he has to get back from them and then gut that computer, and then gut that case, and then put my computer in it. And I'll be doing a video on that computer eventually. Or we have another case in mind that we're gonna do, but I think the other case that my friend has at my other friend's house, not the friend that's building my computer, but the other friend, that case is a better case than the case I was thinking. But because the other one has a lot of modifications to do to even get it. And I'm actually thinking about turning that into a Hackintosh because it is a 2008 Mac Pro case, tower case, 3,1, and we've gutted it completely, and we're gonna turn it into a Hackintosh. That has a lot of modifications to do, so I will be building my Hackintosh eventually, but right now that case is not available to build in because it has a lot of modifications to do and everything to fit a normal X80 x86 board in it, or like a ATX board. I'm thinking about Gigabyte board. If you have a suggestion for what board I should use for my Hackintosh, put it in the description down below. I have to get a video card. I have to get all the parts for that. I have a 600 watt power supply I can use. Or I might get a different power supply for it. But I'm trying to build the ultimate Hackintosh eventually. My own Hackintosh. I've always wanted to build a Hackintosh. Been wanting to do that for a long time. But I got a 2014 Mac Mini that is running the latest operating system, 15, Mac OS 15. I that took me a while to get up to there to do that because I was having troubles putting on the original hard drive that was in the Mac Mini. Had to switch it to an SSD. I will show that video. I will show my Mac Mini eventually running 15 and show you how it runs and how it works and all that. And my sleeper can go up to 128 gigs of RAM, and it's got a server CPU. It's an x89 board, x99 board, x99 board. Yeah, it's an x99 board, and I was gonna turn it into a Hackintosh, but it just wasn't working. I don't know if the EFI was wrong or anything. I'm gonna try going back to the drawing board on that. Try getting into a Hackintosh because I do want to take advantage of that 128 gigs of RAM and that server CPU on a Hackintosh. So if I can get macOS running on that x89 board, I will be using that in the 3,1 case. I just gotta go back to the drawing board for that. Sorry, I think I've got a little bit of a cold because my nose is running. My uncle's got a cold, so sorry about that. So yeah, it's a lot of work building computers. I need all these computers because I'm a developer. I want to become a developer. I'm going to school eventually to become a developer. And I've been studying Python code for so many years. I need to learn how to applicate it. So that's why I'm going to school for program code. I'm going to a boot camp, coding boot camp for a couple years. And I'm going to learn how to code. So that's going to be that. And I'm trying to get all my computers ready for when I start coding. I can start developing iOS apps, like games and stuff. I want to be a game developer. And all my game development I'm going to be doing on my iPad. I'm going to show you how to do game development on your iPad with not even being at home by using TeamViewer to get access to all my computers. My Mac Mini, my Windows 11, and then my Raspberry Pi OS and my Ubuntu. I also have Ubuntu on my sleeper computer. That is just for the main program that I'm going to be using for when I start going in, when I'm at home, instead of using Ubuntu on the Raspberry Pi. I'll use it on the main computer for certain applications and stuff that I need to do. Itchy nose. So it's a lot of work doing this, and I'm trying my hardest to get my computers ready for when I do graduate from school, or when I go to school. I already have the computers that I can use to do it and all of that. And I'm getting a USB Type C hub for my iPad, and a new case for my iPad. I don't have a case on my iPad right now. I just got a third-party Apple Pencil. It's a knockoff one. My iPad is a 10th gen, and it uses the 1st gen Apple Pencil, but I don't have a lightning port. So why would I get one that has a lightning port when I don't have a lightning port on my iPad? I'll have to buy a cable to plug it in, to charge it. So I got the third-party Type C charger one, just like my iPad. So I use the same. I have a charger for this, and I have a charger for my Type C charger for my iPad. That's all I need. I don't need the actual official Apple Pencil. This works perfectly fine with TeamViewer, and my iPad and all that. So this is what I need. I'll put a link to this pencil in the description. I don't get paid for that link. It's just the actual link from Amazon. I'm not associated. There's no discounts, no nothing under my name or anything. I'm just a new YouTuber. I'm trying to get subscribers. So if you want to subscribe to my channel to see my future Raspberry Pi projects and see me build my Nass and see my sleeper when it gets released. And yeah, so have a great day, and this is Coding Monkey 55. So have a great day, and see you in the next video. Bye.